The China Report for Friday, March 8, 2013. China blames the Dalai Lama and the Western media for Tibet troubles. The Chinese government's officials have launched a blistering attack on the Dalai Lama and his allies, accusing them of orchestrating the wave of self-immolation suicides in the west of the country. Speaking at the National People's Congress, a leader from Sichuan province also blamed the foreign media for drawing attention to the pro-Tibet protests. Earlier this week, China sentenced 3 Tibetan monks to between 10 and 15 years in jail for supposedly inciting self-immolation protests. Many Tibetans there want independence, and over the past 2 years more than 100 have set themselves on fire to try and achieve it. They're mostly monks, and the largest group come from Sichuan province. Do you really believe that the West and the Dalai Lama are controlling monks? A Chinese conspiracy theory? China's auto industry eyes subsidies for electric and hybrid cars. Beijing's noxious smog is a reminder of why China needs to step up investments in clean energy. This includes promoting electric and hybrid cars as an alternative to gas-guzzling cars idling on clogged city roads. Yet for all the subsidies lavished on automakers in this carbon-free niche, none have made any serious headway. China's government set a target last year of producing 500,000 alternative energy cars by 2015. That may be a bit optimistic considering many Chinese car buyers are not interested in electric cars. The trend in China is growing in the luxury car market, and larger cars are in demand for those families that can afford them. China's citizens hide as much as $2.34 trillion. China's citizens do not report as much as $2.34 trillion of what they make every year, hiding great income that would represent nearly 20% of the country's GDP. China's non-reported income is believed to have many origins, from bribes for corrupt officials in under-the-table deals between merchants to monetary gifts bestowed upon doctors and nurses. Throughout history, China has always had a thriving black market economy. China drives record solar growth. The $77 billion solar energy industry is forecast to expand the most since 2011, as China becomes the biggest market for the first time and drives annual global installations to a record. New generation capacity will rise about 14% this year to 34.1 gigawatts, equal to about 8 atomic reactors, according to the average estimate of 7 analysts surveyed by Bloomberg. That would beat the 4.4% growth in 2012, when demand shrank in Italy and France after subsidies were cut. China, after building scores of factories that helped cut panel prices 20% in the past year, is poised to become the biggest consumer of the devices after doubling its 2013 target for new projects in January. Tumbling prices are benefiting Chinese exporting firms. China's radio jamming attacks continue. ABC is the latest news network to complain of shortwave radio frequencies being jammed in China and condemns what it called efforts to disrupt free access to news and information. What the Chinese have done for a long time is actually broadcast Chinese folk music. What's happening in this case is that they're transmitting a different sort of noise. The aim is to simply make it so uncomfortable to listen to that people switch off and don't bother trying to listen to the program that they wanted to get. Transmissions are either being jammed or altered with white noise from more powerful transmitters. It appears that freedom of the press is not a concept China is willing to consider. That's the China Report for today. Zaijian.